Hey guys, another Saturday coffee with a working man. I think this is episode 4. These are fun, and they actually do better views than I thought they would. I thought like 5 people were going to watch it. So that's cool. I want to thank everybody for that. I recently hit 700 subscribers. I'm like, what the heck? But real quick reading update before I get in the topic of the day, which will be getting into the trades, what it's like being an HVAC technician. But today I've been reading Queen of Teeth. I'm reading this with Edward Lorne over at Edward Lorne. Just take a second to just this Don Noble cover. I'm like, what in the ham sandwich are we doing? Put out by Strange House Press. I'm about 40 pages in. And I actually bought this book twice to make my life easier. In hindsight, should have just bought the ebook. But I've been reading this while I'm out and about, and I've actually been getting the pages dirty due to my job. And I had a funny idea for a tweet was dirty hands, clean pages. HVAC, working man reads. That's pretty much me. Because these pages are like crisp whiteness, and I'm like sitting here. And I always have dirty hands when I'm at work, even though I'm like washing them all day. They're pretty good when I'm at home, but that's the thing. Your hands do get destroyed in this career path. But so what's this book about? It's crazy right now. I think it's like some genetic modified, like basically population was getting too intense. So we basically started tweaking people's DNA. And long story short, this girl thinks she got a period. Turns out it was not. And she is slowly growing teeth where they should not be. And so she's like, what is going on? She's going to different doctors, and it's just like batshit crazy. So, I'm interested to see how this goes. But Edward Lorne and I are both like, I don't know where this is going, but the writing is fantastic. And I definitely am going to be reading more Haley Piper in the future. Awesome. Good representation. Everything comes off natural. So, super sick. All right, so let's get into the topic of the day, which is going to be HVAC as a career path, getting into the trades. Why did I do it? Should you do it if you're, a younger person or anybody who's just trying to get into a new career path? Yeah, so I always wanted to go to college. It just didn't play out like that. I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to just kind of get out there and serve the community. I've always been a people person, the type of person that just wants to help where I can. So being a cop was actually a natural transition for me in life. But I tried out for a couple police departments, followed my dream. I ended up not having a college education. It was before the whole free college in New York. And I made all the excuses known to man. I worked 3 jobs. I had a lot of fun. My daughter brought me a raspberry. So, fresh raspberry. It was pretty good. But that's why I stopped the video for a second there. So, I was working 3 jobs trying to pay for college. I was going to a local community college. But that's a good raspberry. Wow. Got distracted though. But so I ended up kind of running into a guy who works for the company I do now. I ended up apprenticing him. Now, most careers in the trades, you have to have an apprenticeship. You have to learn the career. It's kind of like old school, like if you're reading a book and there's a blacksmith and then he has an apprentice type deal. You know what I mean? It's the same way. Or you go to school, like a vocational school, but you still, I think, sometimes have to ride along with somebody. I learned on the job. I learned everything I know on the job, which was pretty tough at times. I was a young kid, 21, and I kind of learned by cutting my teeth. I learned by messing things up, breaking things, and kind of having to learn on the fly. So that was a pretty cool way to do it. I would suggest maybe educating yourself a little bit more before you get in. You might be asking, well, you can't make money doing that, right? You're just a wrench turner. And that's not the case. Definitely not. I mean, my wife doesn't have to work. She works for fun to get out of the house, get away from me and the kids. I can have I have 2 kids, 2 little girls, and they have everything they need. We're saving for their college, and yeah, it's great money. It's a great way to make a living for your family. Yeah, so I think you get compensated basically pretty well in this career path because of the danger, because of the hard days at work. I mean, it's not easy. You definitely struggle through some things. You're hot when it's hot out. You're cold when it's cold out. You're in the winter. You're in the summer heat, and you're on your knees. You're crawling in places. You're lifting things, carrying things. Overall, it's not an easy job. I don't want to give the impression of that. You definitely earn every penny you make. Oh, thank you. Another raspberry. Good looking out, kid. So, I don't normally eat on video, but when a 2-year-old brings you a raspberry, you eat the raspberry. So, yeah, but overall, I love my job for the fact that my family has everything they need. So if you're out there and you're thinking about, I don't know if college is for me, then I'm going to tell you, get into the trades. Do electrician, do plumber, do HVAC, do automotive, whatever you want to do. Because they need jobs like you and me. They need people out there doing that, because all those people going to college, they're going to call you someday to work on their air conditioning at their building. You know what I mean? And they're sitting there and they're chilling at the office chair, and they're probably complaining that it's too hot or too cold. And you're going to get to tell them how to use a thermostat. That's half the time what I'm doing. So yeah, if you're ever interested, if you're out there, male, female, whatever, definitely reach out. I think more females need to get into the trades. That'd be pretty cool. It tends to be a male-dominated thing. I don't know why, but I think girls. I've seen more and more females into the trades, and I think that's just something that's pretty cool. I mean, it's a job for everybody. You know what I mean? Well, not everybody. Not everybody can do it, but physically. But it's pretty awesome. It keeps me in shape relatively. And yeah, I'm able to live a good, healthy life doing the job that I do. I would suggest, PPE, wearing gloves and masks when you're handling like different things that could be contaminated, like filters and working on coils and all the chemicals I use. I've started wearing like rubber. I didn't do that in the beginning, and I've started being a little more safe, because you do run into some crazy crap, literally. And but yeah, I mean, 6-figure career, no college education, just hard work. You have to be able to work. You got to be willing to work. I'm good. No more raspberries. Thank you. Don't eat all those. I don't even know. Like, mommy might have been making something with that later. Uh-oh. I could be in trouble if she's eating all those raspberries. But she loves veggies and fruit, so I can't even argue it. Are you done for now? Okay. Thank you, baby. Look how many she ate. I hope I'm not in trouble. I might have to come home with some raspberries later. But, I mean, you can't argue. This kid wants to eat fruit and vegetables. I mean, I'm not going to tell her no. I mean, you can't tell her no. She doesn't eat meat. She's like a vegetarian, too. But, whatever. I don't care. She want to eat all them. She eats broccoli. She'll eat like an entire thing of fruit. So, whatever that's worth. I mean, yeah. But so, yeah. I highly suggest it if you're not sure what you're gonna do. I have tons of friends in the trades now. Tons of people that are wanting to get into it. I get approached all the time, and I would say just go for it. Apply, see what they say. Say, hey, I'm willing to learn. And I would say that I know it's COVID season, so it's a little different, but companies that are trade companies really respect a person that'll walk right in, shake their hand, and say, hey, I'm hungry. I want to work. I want to learn this job. What can I do? And I guarantee you they'll probably pull you and have you be a parts runner. You can. I'm serious. Like, if you're in your 20s or even your 30s and you walk in and say, I want to learn, I want to do this job, what do I need to do? I'm really wanting it. They'll hire you. There's no way. there's just no way, because we need so many people. So many people don't get into the trades because of, I think, like negative connotations. They just assume we're wrench turners. We don't think. And that was another thing why I started this channel, is because I do think intellectually. I do read. I try to educate myself. I am a normal person, I have a ball busting job where I work really hard, yes. But I have other things, other passions. I'm a father, I'm a husband, and your job doesn't define you as much as people want to think in this day and age, because nobody wants to do my job, so they compensate me accordingly, and that's a beautiful thing. So I'll take it all day. But yeah, so I would encourage everybody to get out there and do it, to go hook up some gauges and check some refrigerant and have fun, because there's days that are easy and there's days that are hard at every job. What? You broke it. Yeah. I'm gonna go play. I think we're gonna probably bowl. So watched an episode of Paw Patrol, and then we're gonna go play. That was her TV time. She gets TV time on Saturday mornings for like a half hour. But so I just heard Paw Patrol end. So that's it. We gotta go play with our toys. But yeah, pretty fun. I don't know. I feel like sometimes when you talk about your job, it comes off like you're bragging, and you're not bragging, because there's definitely nothing glamorous about army crawling through dark places. Maybe at the end of here I'll put a little picture of where I had to crawl on this past Thursday. So yeah, it's definitely not glamorous. It's definitely not a fun job. But the moral of the story is chase your passion. There's many paths to being able to be a supportive person and be a good partner in a marriage, or whatever you deem your life path is. Yeah, and in these chats, it's always me personally talking about my personal life, and just maybe shedding some light in that people never thought about in their own lives. So have I showed everybody my Lord of the Rings tattoo that I got finished? I posted it on Instagram, but I'm not sure I showed my YouTubers. So, but yeah, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna go eat some chicken wings tomorrow. I'm gonna have some cider, because it's fall here in Buffalo, and we're just gonna have some fun. So shout out to my trades guys and gals out there. I love you guys, and you're in my prayers, because every year somebody gets hurt, somebody dies, and OSHA has a shit fit. But yeah, I hope everybody stays safe out there, fixing stuff. Oh, my brother-in-law's a lineman, and there's a lot. Linemen make a lot of money. Shout out to the linemen of the world. They kill it. Maybe that's a job for you, but that's high voltage and climbing really high on poles. I don't know. That's not for me. This is not for Josh, but linemen kill it. So, yeah. And there's really cool videos out there where you can see, like, there's high pole linemen where they basically work on like skyscrapers and like giant ass, or like out of helicopters and shit. It's crazy. There's like helicopter linemen. That's a thing. I'm like, that is madness. I would be crying. Full man tears. You popped your balloon, honey. I'm gonna go now. Have a good one, guys.